Next, we have do-while loops. This is the syntax used for a do-while loop. It's almost the exact same. There's just one minor difference. So we're going to cut this, write out do, and then down here, paste what we had before, which was while, and end it with a semicolon. So let's put this back to 0. The main difference with this loop versus a while loop is that the logic in here is going to run at least once and then check the condition. So you can use these type of loops when you have to get user input and you got to verify the input. So you would want the logic to run at least once. If it's not good or not valid, you could do your checks and then you can make it run again. Versus a while loop, it will have to check the logic before it can continue. So let's run this code and see what happens. Let's do Control F5. As you can see, it prints out 5 again. But this time, if we put 6 here, if you remember in the last example, sum was equal to 6. It's now actually going to equal to 7 because the loop is going to run at least once, check the logic, be false, break, and then print out the sum. So if we do Control F5 again, we can see we got 7. So just so you guys see what's happening, let me put this back to 0. Let's put a breakpoint at the beginning of the do-while loop and press F5 to run the debugger. Let's do step over and we can see what everything's equal to. Right now, sum is equal to 0. If we press step over, it's going to check the condition here. The condition is sum less than 5, which is currently true because sum is equal to 1. We'll run it over and over again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now sum is equal to 5. This will be equal to false. And because this condition now is false, it's going to break out of the loop and print out sum. And now we're going to step over that, and we got 5 printed out. Now if we stop the debugger and we change this to 6 instead, you're going to see that this is going to run at least once and then check the condition. It's going to break the loop and then print out sum. So let's do F5 again. Right now we can see sum is equal to 6. And again, because we set it up here. Also, if you hover over values, it'll tell you what they're equal to. So we did put the breakpoint here, but actually it can't stop here. So it jumps to the next available line, which is sum. As you can see, it's inside the loop. It's going to add 1 to sum. Even though this condition's already false, it's still going to run it at least once. So if we continue, step over, we're going to see that sum is in fact false. It's only going to run once because a do-while loop lets you do that. And then when you step over it, we're going to print it out, and we're going to get 7. So that's how you use do-while loops. That's the syntax, and we'll get into more advanced examples later on.